TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
It's time to say goodbye to hold music and say hello to fast customer support with Service Cloud. With trusted AI and data working together, you can skip long wait times and deliver efficient, personalized service right away, all while keeping support costs low and more customers happy. Reimagine your customer support with the #1 AI CRM for service. Learn what's possible at salesforce.com/products/service.
Welcome to the Age of Jeremy. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to this podcast. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Age of Jeremy. I am the leader when it comes to advice with business content, creation, software, taxes, investment, education, and all the hobbies that I enjoy. Also follow our podcast network, The Age of Radioverse, on Instagram, at Age of Radioverse. Over 100 podcasts strong and growing. It is part of the Age of Radio Media Company, which you can visit at ageofradio.org or ageofradio.com. You can also check me out on TikTok at Age of Jeremy and Twitter at Age of Jeremy Q. If you want to be on this podcast and chat, email me at jeremy.quintanilla@ageofradio.org. That's jeremy.quintanilla@ageofradio.org. There will be a link in the episode description. We are looking for small business owners and influencers to share their stories, no matter how big, no matter how small. We just love a good story. Also, 2022 Freedom Conference by 3T Warrior Events, part of the 3T Warrior Academy, is coming up on April 22nd and April 23rd. It is a wealth building conference. Coach JV will be talking about mindset. Porter Shumway will be talking about insurance and how to grow your wealth with insurance vehicles. Crypto influencer Bearable Bull will be live streamed and talking about crypto. Jordan and Harry will be speaking about speed learning. And we also have our technical analysis team and crypto research team, which you will get to hear today. They will be hosting panels and you can ask a bunch of ridiculous questions. The more ridiculous, the better, I say. So we hope to see you at the 2022 Freedom Conference, brought to you by 3T Warrior Events, which is part of the company that I own, 3T Warrior Academy. All right, let's get on with the show. My name is Jeremy Quintanilla. You are listening to Age of Jeremy. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm the co-founder of Age of Radio and 3T Fitness, and, other businesses that I am working on. This podcast is about everything that I learn and the trials and tribulations it took to learn them. I hope you enjoy. All right, today's episode is a little weird. So I have people from our 3T Crypto team. Actually, I have all of them except for Andrew Cashflow. And Andrew Cashflow is located in the Netherlands. And to be honest, they didn't really know that this was going to be turned into a podcast. They thought they were helping me test something, which they were, that I did decide to turn into a podcast because I thought it would be cool to introduce more people to Twitter Spaces. I am a big fan of Twitter Spaces. I think if you are a content creator or if you're a business, you need to integrate Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces. I like Twitter Spaces so far better just because it's integrated inside of Twitter. So we were testing running my phone into my Zoom L8, which is one of my favorite pieces of software that I own. It is my mixing board, and it is what lets my computer it's essentially all of where my mics and earphones and everything go to record the podcast. But what's cool about it is if I connect my phone to it, I can take phone calls and record that on a separate track. And I can also do it with my computer. So a lot of the times when you hear like stuff coming in, when I have, clips and things like that in the podcast, that is coming from my computer, which is fed into my Zoom L8, which is one of the best pieces of equipment. Like I said before, I love Zoom LabCorp. It's not Zoom like the conference software. It's a Japanese company. They make some of the best some of the best audio equipment, like mixing and sound. Like the Zoom H6 is one of the best portable recorders. And, so you should go check out the website so you can get an idea what I'm talking about. Just type in Zoom LabCorp and you can see it all. We also sell some of these products. You can reach out to me if you want to learn more about these Zoom products, and we can talk and we can, hook you up and get some sales for you. Comes a little bit slower than Amazon because I have to buy it at wholesale price to me, then I have to ship it over to you and charge you the retail price. But Either way, we love Zoom equipment here at Age of Radio and at the Age of Jeremy show. So that being said, what you're getting in for is you are going to hear me you're not going to hear me for the first like 20 minutes of this podcast. And then I do an interview with Jackie, Gonzo, Johnny Crypto, the Node Defender Mario, and Abs, who's, Abs is the host of our new podcast and YouTube show, Good Morning Crypto. So if you haven't seen Good Morning Crypto, go on over to 3T Warrior Academy YouTube and check out Good Morning Crypto. Make sure you subscribe. It's all the latest crypto news and they have guests on it. But Abs runs that show for us, or the host for the show, and they all kind of run it. So I don't want to say that it's just Abs' show. It's just Abs is the host. Mario is usually the co-host. He runs the back end of it a lot. Johnny Crypto is on there a couple times a week. Andrew Cashflow is on there a couple times a week. Joyful Jackie, who's essentially in charge of our crypto team and partners up with part of the other crypto team, Selman, the technical analysis person of the bunch, along with Jackie. We're kind of getting better at structuring that whole piece of it. So we now just call it the crypto team. So all of them are on here, except for Andrew Cashflow and Selman, because Andrew's in the Netherlands and Selman is in Germany, so they couldn't be on when I needed to test this because it was probably super early in the morning for them. So at the beginning of this podcast, it'll start with Gonzo and Johnny and Abs talking about a node company called Fire, or the Phoenix Fire, I think it is, which is different than Phoenix Crypto Assets. They're going to be talking a little bit about that, and then they talk a little bit about how Fire is going to get around the SEC, which is when Mario comes in. And what's great about Twitter Spaces is we recorded this all on Twitter Spaces, then I fed it into my L8. Didn't go as well as planned, and then I had to re-record it and feed it into my L8 because I got a really bad echo originally. So they're going to talk about that for a little bit, and then eventually I come in, and then we talk about XRP. We talk about some gaming, which those links will be in the episode description on the games that NFT Tones talks about, and we just kind of BS. There's just a lot of BSing in this episode. So without further ado, here is the first recorded Twitter Spaces. Make sure that you follow all of us on Twitter. All of the links are going to be in the episode description, and enjoy the conversation.
Okay, so I'm gonna fumble fuck with this. I can't believe you didn't know what that was, and then I'll be right back.
Never heard of fumble fuck in my life. That's a new. I'm so
You've
happy
never heard that word before? Are you serious?
I've never heard of fumble fuck. I
Must
just
be like I don't know. Okay, I'll be back. Good luck.
Sweet. Gonzo.
It's like, here, you guys.
That's like, have you ever heard of FUBAR? Have you heard of FUBAR?
Fantastic. Yeah, I love that one. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know it's good that I'm talking with Abs because I sent him a text asking him about the Fire node because I just finally watched the show with you guys and King Jordan Hen. That was hella funny. That was a good show. And you guys were talking about the Fire nodes.
Yeah, King. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get one too. I think.
What's the upfront cost on one of those? Because I couldn't really tell which crypto Fire was.
Well, it's 10 tokens. So
$274 for a token. So you're looking at $2,740.
Yeah, about $2,700. Let me see what the price of Fire is right now. I'll give you a real time quote.
Does it come up on CoinMarketCap?
No, you got to look at it on Dex Screener.
Hey, Gonzo, did you see my text I sent you?
No, let me look right now.
Perfect. All I said was that the Fire, I bought 2 of them the day before we interviewed Jordan Harry, and the ROI is 45 days if it holds its value, right? But even if it gets decreased by 50%, let's say, it's still a 90-day ROI, which is so fast that I figured it was worth the risk.
That is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So right now, those 2 nodes are making me like 45% of a Fire token every day, which I think is great.
What? Wait. Hold on. Slow your roll. How is it a 90-day return on investment if the price drops in half, let's say? Then it's a 180. It's a 180. How is it 90? That makes no sense.
Wait, why doesn't it make sense? It's a 45-day ROI. And then if the price decreases by 50%, that would take it to 90.
Right. Exactly.
That's what he said, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I said.
I thought he said it was a 90 to start with. I didn't hear him say.
No,
40.
if it cuts in half.
I didn't hear that. Now I'm getting my signals going in now. I thought he said it was 90 to start with. No, 45 is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to think about it. Think about it as like in your mindset, like, okay, worst case, I'm looking at 90 days. It's still not bad. 3 months.
Now, are they looking? Was that the same thing that he's talking about as far as it'll transition to something different, like as far as investment into other companies?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right. That's the thing for me that was intriguing is it's a little different, right? Because most of these kind of, I don't want to call them nodes, but passive income programs, Ponzi schemes, as we know them to be, have to figure out what to do with that money to turn it into a business, right? And Strong has got their own approach to what they're trying to do, which is completely different with what Fire's trying to do. So that's going to be very interesting because basically you're investing in a bunch of startups, and and as you know, there's always risk, right? 90% of startups fail.
Yep.
So the thing is, you got to see what they're investing in, but all they got to do is nail one or two of them and hope they have good income, and there you go. And then I think I'm going to roll with that. Try one.
Hey, Johnny, did you talk to him about how they got around the SEC thing for like your company?
They are formed in a different country, but I didn't go into that, and I didn't want to we didn't have a lot of time to talk too much detail about it. So, and then after the show, that was kind of more of a question that I wanted to ask him off the air. Yeah, because I didn't know if he felt comfortable talking, but we didn't have time to do it because we had to go after the show. So when we see him, when we talk to him again, when we see him, that is definitely a question I'm going to ask him. I just didn't want to ask him on the air.
Yeah, no, that'd be a good question. That'd be good to know because maybe he has the solve for your guys' issue.
Yes, exactly. And that dude, I was thinking exactly that, Gazo. I just did not want to ask him that on the air in case he didn't know the answer and put him on the spot and make him look stupid. So I didn't ask because that might not be something as a chief marketing officer that he knows,
Yeah.
What was interesting is that he said they were working with like an SEC licensed or an SEC approved attorney. Do you remember that, Johnny?
Mario says he can answer the question about the SEC. Somebody make him a speaker.
I don't have the capability.
I think Johnny does.
We should all be able to, but let me see here. Can I
It
do
says
that?
listener. There you go.
Requested.
Mario.
Let's see who.
I think he's in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you guys need
There
me
you
a
go,
voice.
Mario.
How do we? We're still trying to figure this thing out.
No, he was on. He was muted. He just came up.
Jackie just joined too.
Oh, there. All right, so let's see. I just approved Jackie, but I don't know why it's not approving it.
Mario, there you go. There you go. You're unmuted, Mario.
Good evening. No, I know. I was a listener. I wasn't a speaker until now.
Good evening, Mario.
Good evening, everybody.
The voice.
In the Twitter space. Listen.
The perfect hosting voice.
Let me tell you something.
Thanks, Jackie.
Let me say something. Node operators are asleep at this time. You guys are crazy.
I can hear it in his voice. Well,
this is the middle of the night. This is like the middle. This is like 4 a.m. in the morning for Mario.
No shit. No, it's 11:30, 10:30.
Good evening, Mario. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Good. Pretty good. I heard you guys were talking about Fire and the SEC.
yes.
I think I can explain that. So from what I understood is they are
Wait,
working.
did you say you're going to fire the FCC? That would be fantastic.
Please do, Mario.
Can you send us fire notifications? Can you please fire all them scumbags that work there, starting with Gary Gensler himself?
I'll put a request in.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Sorry, Mario. Go ahead. Continue.
So they're working with the SEC. They're filing for securities. That's my understanding. So when I kind of posed that question on Twitter and I asked like, how are they going around the SEC? I kept getting the same answer, which is they are working with the SEC, not around the SEC.
Mario, I'd like to take this moment to say welcome to the Fire family. We're glad to have you, and we'll brand you with the Fire logo pretty soon once we get out to Arizona, because that's part of the initiation. So be ready for that.
Mario, did you get one, Mario? Did you buy one?
I got one today. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Sweet. I didn't get mine yet. I'm waiting for my Strongs to freaking come back up so I can get one. Yeah, strong price.
Yeah, I'll probably get my second one tomorrow.
It is really cool.
Ooh, you're going 2 for 1, huh?
Why not? Go big or go home, right?
Go big or go
If you got the money. If you got the money, then again, if I had Mario's money, I'd burn mine. So yeah, I can see what.
All right, Mr. Landlord.
Oh,
Mr. Landlord just means Mr. Headaches.
Human fire extinguisher. That's what you are. You're a problem solver.
Yeah, getting tired of that role. I want to be a problem maker. Let people solve the problems.
So what's the deal with our host? He's not talking much.
he's trying to
not here.
He's got a new piece of equipment that he's trying to route either the phone or the mic or something through a mixer. And so I don't know if he has to download an app, but that's why he set this all up. So he said he'd be back, I think.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask him what's up with the flags in the space name. He's got I mean, I know that he's got a little bit of El Salvador in his blood, but what about the German flag?
Mario's funny.
Is he part Salvatrucha?
What?
I think that's for Selman.
Oh, that German is for Selman?
That's my guess. I don't know.
Jackie,
That's a good guess.
Jackie, how's your internet connection, by the way? Did you figure that out?
Yeah, we should be good for tomorrow.
Sweet.
If not, I'm gonna test it like an hour before. If not, I'm gonna hightail it to the gym.
Okay, cool.
Adam, girl. Yeah, you got to be on tomorrow with Ian.
Yeah, I think Jackie just wants to be on tomorrow because I'm not on.
No,
I think she wants to be on because Ian's on.
No, Jackie and Ian. Come on, she loves the blind meat.
Yeah,
I do love my ape fam over there.
yeah.
He's a cool dude, man.
Ian? Yeah, he seems cool.
He called me the other night. We're on the phone for like an hour, man. He's the coolest dude, man. Yeah, we gotta go to Hawaii.
Man, Johnny, I bet you guys could go back and forth for hours.
Oh my God, we were supposed to be like a 5-minute phone call. We were on for 2 hours.
Wow, yeah, from an hour to 2 hours. I believe that. I believe the 2 hours for sure.
Yep. I was like, holy shit! I looked at the clock. It was 1 a.m. I'm like, damn, I gotta go to sleep. It was hilarious.
I did that with Jackie the other day, where I was driving somewhere far. I talked to her for I'll get off the phone now, and literally it was an hour later after I said we'd get off the phone.
Yeah,
like another hour talking to her.
Exactly,
dude. I love it. I just love talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You get to do that every day for an hour. I'm telling you that we got to rename our show. Our show is the fastest 1 hour in crypto. I can't believe when we get on the show, you look at the clock, you're like, damn, the show's over already. Next you know, we're hearing music. Outro music.
Oh, dude, not for me, man. I'm like, I get so nervous. I look at the clock. I'm like, only 5 minutes.
Really? See, that's so funny, Jay. I look at the clock and I'm like, damn, there's only 5 minutes left.
Yeah. Johnny,
I'm like, no.
Literally, we were in our interview today or on the show, and I looked at the clock and I was like, holy crap, we're 25 minutes in. I thought we were only 5 minutes in. We were already 25 minutes into the podcast. I'm like, nice.
Yeah,
and
we had a good one today.
And if you're Selman, then you're saying that you only spoke for 5 minutes in total.
Yeah, exactly. Even though 5 minutes of a clip.
5 minutes a clip.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good show you guys had today.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Tomorrow will be great.
It was hilarious when you came on. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't going to jump on because my meeting landed like 11:30. It's like, it's too late. I was in bed still. You know, I just took the Duracell meeting from work in bed. And the meeting ended. I got up to go to the restroom, the bathroom. I said, let me go pop a show on. You know, so I go sit by the computer, I turn it on. And the next little thing, you guys just happened to get to that article then. And, you know, I was telling Abs last night when we found that one, I was like, this freaking thing, I was kind of pissed. I'm like, these guys are doing what we're doing. I'm like, I wish I was on the air tomorrow. I'm going to bash them, you know?
Yeah.
But I figured you guys would have gone past that by then. So when I turned it on, I heard you guys absolutely just pulled it up. I'm like, the universe wants me to call in. Fuck it, I'm going to call in for 5-10 minutes.
And then you know what's funny, Johnny, is right after the Nexo article, we went to the Cardano article, and that was another one.
I know. It was like the two perfect articles for me. It's like those are the two I was. Those are like the only two I really wanted to comment on. It was like perfect.
in case you guys are wondering why nobody's joining in to listen to our Twitter space. So right now, there's another Twitter space going on hosted by Link2.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
we can hear you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the pilot is back.
Yeah, Link2 is hosting a Twitter Spaces discussing Ripple versus SEC. So there's like a whole bunch of people right there. I was actually listening to it
I'm
before.
gonna hop off and go over to the other one. Nice talking to you.
Gotta go now.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Signals breaking up. Yes, Jimmy, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try. So I need to try one last thing. So I have it recording. I found out how to get on Spaces on my computer, and I can record the entire thing.
Nice.
It's just not picking me up unless I'm on my phone. But like right now, I recorded your guys' whole conversation.
Hey guys, I gotta go, but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. I gotta go.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Gonzo.
All right,
Love you, Gonzo.
Love you, brother.
Okay. What's the other Twitter Spaces you were saying?
Link2.
Link2 is hosting a Twitter Spaces discussing Ripple versus SEC, and there's a whole bunch of OGs there, like BC Packer. I probably shouldn't be promoting this because our only listener is probably going to leave.
We only got one.
Okay, that's fine. Again, this is more of a test for us. I'm going to mute myself on my phone and see if it picks up on my computer, okay?
Perfect.
Okay. So this is pretty funny because Jeremy's like, hey guys, it's kind of like, he's the pilot flying the plane. He's like, all right guys, I got to go here. You guys take control of the plane. Request speaker and I can make you a speaker, Andal. You can't do it from a computer. You got to do it from your phone.
It's so weird they made
Even
it so
on
that
Twitter Spaces, we hear the Andal.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, we'll do this. And I'm just gonna keep recording just to see how the audio comes out. But It looks like we should be fine. I'm just not going to be able to until I figure out how to communicate to it through my computer. We'll just have to record you got the speaking on the computer. So now we can record these. This is mainly for me. If you guys want me to do yours, I can, and we can turn them into podcasts. But that was mainly the purpose of this was for me.
That's right. We actually had a pretty good conversation about fire.
Oh, nice. What I did hear someone asking about why there's the El Salvador and the German thing up there.
yeah.
I caught some of that. So that's because my father's from El Salvador. I'm first generation here in America, and then my grandma's side is all from Germany. So they migrated to Illinois. So I was bored last night and I put that up. That's really the reason why that's there. So, okay. So let's have a little, I guess everybody's going to be on Link2. So we're going to, I guess we'll have to compete with that. But as far as the show goes, I wanted to kind of get an idea of, how the show's going and how you guys are structuring the episodes and just to learn a little bit more about Good Morning Crypto.
Yeah, the show.
So we'll go over to Johnny. We'll go down. We'll start with Abs because he's the host, and then we'll go to Johnny, No Defender, and Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been phenomenal. Like the prep is super easy. I'm getting into a good rhythm, and me and Johnny have been so open with the communication of like sharing articles and things like that. It's getting really easy, honestly. In the beginning, it was a lot of work because I was still figuring out how to get all those relevant articles, right? But now I have the news sources down pat, so I know exactly where to go, collect the articles, figure out what's most important, and put those up so we can show our viewers. But I'm not really sure what to add besides that. Johnny, floor is yours.
Yeah, so what we kind of do is we've kind of structured the show so that we kind of get to the news in the beginning. And if we've got a special guest, we kind of talk to them a little bit, get to know a little bit about them. And then we bring them in and kind of let them be part of the show, comment on the news. And then the great thing about the show is none of it is really pre-planned. So yes, we get the articles ahead of time. So we have them and we highlight them. But most of the hosts don't even see the content until the morning, the morning of, and maybe have a little time to dive in or maybe not. And so that's what's really great about it. It's just free fluidity, people just talking what's on their mind, what they feel about it, why they like or don't like something. and then people bouncing, and then that spawns some ideas off everybody else and gets a conversation going. And I think that's what's going super well with people because they just like the authenticity and the genuineness of the show. So I think that's been working really, really. It just feels, we're just a bunch of guys and gals having fun, and we joke too. We make fun and we joke. It's not just a boring news show. We try to crack it up and make it fun. At the same time as a learning experience, people learning. So I think that's what's going really well for us.
Nice. Do you think it's going better now that you don't because when Jordan Harry was on, did you guys interview him? Or did you just kind of have him say the stuff that he needed to see about because he was on there about Phoenix, right? Did he talk about it on the show?
Yeah, he talked about it for the first, I think we did our introductions, then we circled back to him. We gave him 4 minutes. It wasn't that exact, but less than 5 minutes to talk about his stuff. And he got everything he needed to say. But we moved away from the interview structure into now we just incorporate them into the news. I feel like that's been working better. It worked really well with Showtime and it worked great with Jordan Harry.
And that was really the original intent of how we wanted to go, right? And so we kind of are now executing on what we thought would be the ideal way to make it work. And it's cool because as a guest, you come on and you get to talk a little about yourself and promote something if you want to. But it's the first 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. It's not the whole show is about them. It's really about the crypto world and how they can contribute to it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Another thing that's working really well is when those guests come in and they don't have the expectation of, we're being interviewed. I think they just kind of match our vibe and the way that the chemistry we have. And it all fits together really well.
Johnny, what is happening over there?
Johnny is the king of juggling his phone.
It sounded like he was there was a beatbox going on or something.
He was walking down the stairs making a ton of racket.
Did he fall down the stairs?
No.
I was getting in my HIIT training because I didn't get too much of it earlier today, so I got to make up for it now.
Oh, so you're doing it between this. What? So no Defender Mario. What's your? How do you like the show, and how do you think it's progressing?
Amazing. First of all, let me just say that Johnny was beatboxing so hard that I was about to start singing, "I'm Slim Shady, I sound the real shady." But anyway.
See, I was just getting ready. I wanted to prep you. I was setting you up.
The show is going great. So the way that it's set up, like Johnny and Abs just spoke about, is Abs meets with Johnny at night. Johnny gets Abs going to sleep really late. So then in the morning, I have to kind of pump all this energy to Abs because he's just so tired from going to sleep late. And I just get the job done and we go live and we have a great show.
Actually, just for the record, just so that rumor does not get started, that is not true. Johnny is not related.
That's not what all the emojis are saying.
I don't care what the emojis are saying. I know there's a difference between fact and rumor, and I'm nipping that shit in the bud right now. Earlier, you heard it here first, right out of the horse's mouth. I've been like, no, we got to end this thing early tonight. And, but the reality is, Abs is also a night owl, and, he's got stuff going on during the day, and he's got to meet with the chickie at night. So stuff's got to happen. But we get through, and what the bottom line is, we get together and we get it done. And it's been turning out to, I think, working out to be great shows.
Listen, here's the reality, guys. I was never a night person until I met Johnny, but I enjoy it so much. I'll accept that. And say I'm a night person now.
So one of the things that's interesting about that is I get up probably between 6 and 6:30 every day. And then depending on, I always take Ariana to school. And then depending on what's going on, I'll go to the fitness center or I'll stay home and work or what's going on. And so but for me and Coach JV were talking about this today at lunch, was that he gets up at 2:00 in the morning now and he's at the gym by 3. But there's such a great silence and stillness around 10 or 10:30 at night that last night when I was working on the books for PCA and I just kind of zoned out, I just got so much stuff done. So I love working at night. And I think that's one thing that me and Johnny definitely have in common. It's just really nice and quiet. You can put on the headphones and just zone out.
You know what it is, Jeremy? There is a similarity if you wake up really early. So that I had about 3-4 weeks ago, I was pretty consistent, and then I got sick and it completely derailed me. But for a good month, I was waking up at 4 o'clock every single morning, and I get the exact same feeling. There's this stillness, and I'm able to just do my exercise and by 6 o'clock, I'm sitting down, I'm starting to work, and it's the same feeling, but it's funny because it's the complete opposite. You find it at the end of the day, and I find it at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, because like it's 6, I just roll out. Like I've always just rolled out of bed. Plus, I have so much crap going on. Like it took me an hour and a half to get here, right, to the house to test this Twitter Spaces to do the recording, and then like after that, I just went and like I'll work more after this. So I've been working essentially since probably like 8, but like I get reinvigorated around like 10 or 11, and I can just keep going. And that's one of the things that works. But you know, people that wake up in the morning, I think that they have that same feeling. It's just quiet, peaceful, and they can zone out.
Absolutely.
So, hey, Jackie, did you have anything you wanted to add to the progression of the show and how the crypto team's doing?
Yeah, I just want to say that I just think we have great personalities across the board. I mean, all of us come from different backgrounds and, you know, different phases of life. And I just think, you know, we all well, like mesh well together in our perspectives. And it, you know, there's a lot of personality that shines through, even though we're just talking about the news. So I think that's what a lot of people enjoy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm gonna keep this going for about another 15 minutes, right? Because we tried to start this around 7, and it's been an hour, and everybody's got stuff to do. So I'm going to ask a few more questions, and I'll open it up for anybody that has questions, and we'll let Antonio speak a little bit about some NFTs and some gaming stuff. But so I guess my biggest question is, John's gotten a lot of text today about XRP. I haven't looked at anything that's happening in the world. And by John, I mean Coach JV, not Johnny. So what are your guys' thoughts on how XRP is? What do you think XRP is going to be doing? And what are your thoughts on people holding it or selling it, or what do you make of it?
Load your bag.
I'll start with Johnny, because I know, and then we'll go Johnny, Abs, No to Jackie, Antonio, and then we'll talk about some games.
So I think in terms of the XRP, you know, there's some rumblings right now that John Dean was talking. I just caught some rumors that they're saying that in the conversations that Dean was having in the live, he thinks the settlement's coming in June now. So that's very interesting. So now I've heard April, I've heard June, and I've heard November. So if I average all those out, we're probably somewhere in August. So my guess is, I think we'll start to, now that the case has moved to the point where discovery's over and both sides can see their cards and all the cards are on the table, it's easy to kind of see how strong or weak your case is. And we know already that the SEC has been shot down twice by Judge Torres. So for me, if I'm the SEC, I'm sitting here looking at, okay, how do I save face and get out of this thing without too much repercussions here? Because remember what happens in cases, when court cases rulings happen, it becomes law or precedent. So the last thing the SEC wants is a scenario where, this failure to notice is something that they have to then make sure they do on every single other company they go after. And that's burdensome on them. So if I'm them, I don't want that to be a ruling, right? So in that case, I want to end this thing. And so my guess is there's probably some settlement. And I know nothing. I have no inside information, but I'm guessing there's some settlement talks happening. And it won't surprise me if we see something between now and then. But here's how you're going to know, Jeremy. Just keep an eye on the XRP price. When you see one big ass green candle and you're wondering where's the news that's driving it and you can't find it, guess what? Somebody just made a settlement deal. That's my words. That's my gut feeling. I'm sticking to it.
Nice. Abs, I know you do a lot of charting. What are your thoughts on? Well, I'll charting and the news. What are your thoughts on XRP right now?
I totally agree with what Johnny said, but when it comes to litigation, like I'm totally guessing. But the way that I look at it now is that we've got Singapore, the UAE, Australia, and a few other countries that have already labeled XRP as a currency over the past 2 months. And I think that's really exciting to see that those central banks and those countries are willing to label it a currency, because it shows that the SEC is way out of line. I heard a really great quote where they said the SEC is supposed to enforce the laws. They're not supposed to create them. And what they're doing right now is they're going into uncharted territory and trying to set the regulations and set the standards. They're not supposed to be doing that. So when I look at things through that standpoint, it makes me feel really confident about what's going on in the case, because I think that the SEC knows this. I think the SEC knows they're trying to regulate by enforcement. They're out of line and things aren't going to end well. And there's been so much bullish news and bullish momentum. Even when we look at the price chart, we're just creating higher and higher lows. And as we continue to stay above this 78 cent range, for any long-term XRP holders out there, 78 cents was the iron wall. That's what we used to call it. We used to get up to that range, test it, and pull back. Get up to 78, 80 cents, test it, and pull back. And now we're actually using that as a level of support. So that's pretty exciting for me to see. But I'm not overly focused on price action. I'm really excited that these past 9, 12, 15 months, I've doubled my XRP bag. So that whenever we do see that price appreciation, I'll be able to exit the market 50%, take all of that capital, and still have the exact same amount of XRP that I had when the SEC sued Ripple in the first place. So I'm super positive, man, but I'm always an optimist. So you're always going to get an optimistic take from me, but that's my take.
It's from all the working out you do. Your serotonin is just skyrocketing.
That helps. It's the workouts of the sauna. Remember? Sexy sauna abs.
It's not sexy sauna abs. I forgot what I was doing, but I was having Josh or Dustin. Oh, it was during when we were doing your photo for Good Morning Crypto, and I put that out there, and I was messing around with them to put sexy sauna abs on it instead of Good Morning Crypto, and just gonna mess with you, but we ended up not doing it.
You have my approval.
And just so you guys know too, I have Twitter ads going from Age of Radio across with the show on it, and I'm setting up. We got flagged on Twitter ads for content for something, so I had to reach out to them and figure it out for the Good Morning Crypto Twitter, and so I got that figured out. So I'm going to start running some ads here on Twitter for the show and introducing everybody to people. So we're gonna see a big uptick on the YouTube and probably on the podcast.
That's awesome.
Have you guys listened to the podcast at all?
Yes, on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't listened to it, even though I put it up there every day. How's it sound?
It sounds great. My mom was actually asking about it because she prefers to listen on Spotify because she can close the app and continue what she's doing. But when she has the YouTube up, she has to leave the app up because she doesn't pay for the monthly subscription.
Pay for it. Yep.
Yeah. So Spotify is great.
Nice. So we'll do go over to Mario. What are your thoughts on XRP or Ripple right now?
Well, XRP has been a real patience tester, hasn't it?
Yeah, especially for you, right?
Well, I think for all of us, I think it's safe to speak for everyone. It's been a real patience tester for everybody because price action is like you get a little bit excited because you see this 1 hour really big green candle, and then the next day everything is gone and it's back to where it was the day before. And I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I've kind of just taken that completely off of my radar as far as price action because I don't really want to set an expectation. I get excited and then the next morning I wake up and I'm sad and
your emotions are all over the place.
But I do want to say that it's been a blessing. I think that the SEC case has been a blessing for those people that want to accumulate. Those people that came into the space in the last year. There's been a great opportunity to continue to buy XRP at these suppressed prices because the remaining of the market moved. And XRP, even though XRP did also move, I mean, if you look at the move that it did, prior to, after the SEC case was announced and XRP went to the low 20s or just under 30. I mean, moving to $1.90, that's still a pretty massive move. But yeah, it's been a blessing for, like Ab said, I mean, just having this extra long period of time to be able to accumulate and potentially double your holdings. It's because we know what's going to happen with the SEC case. I mean, they're just going to either come to a settlement or they're going to win. In my opinion, I don't think that Ripple is going to lose. I don't think that XRP is going to be deemed to not be able to exist anymore, where it's like, okay, XRP is going to zero. No, that's not going to happen. This is about a certain period of time in history where XRP, Ripple sold XRP, or the sale of XRP was considered a security. And that's what they're being liable for. And they're probably going to pay a fine, and that's it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening, and we'll be on our merry way, and Ripple will change the way that banking works, which we know that it can. So So I'm really excited about that part. Jackie, did you have anything that you wanted to add to the XRP conversation, or anything that you wanted to add?
Not really much. I agree with everything that everyone said. I'm very agreeable.
Nice.
No, I know.
So tell me before we go, for the people that are on here, and thank you everybody for staying on, especially if you were on during the part where we didn't know what the hell was going on, where I was trying to figure out the audio. Can you tell us a little bit about the project that you kind of like spearheaded and got in front of me and Coach JV in regards to the Bored Ape XRP Club?
Oh, right. Yeah, so it's an NFT project on the XRP ledger. That's it.
I'm joking. Go on, Jackie.
Yeah, so let's see. I guess it's very, very community driven. They're really making some big moves. I guess considering blockchains, because Ethereum is obviously well known. Cardano, people are starting to reach over to Cardano, Solana, Gala, even for different NFTs and things like that. So I think there's just been a big veil, around. Everyone's just concerned about the SEC case, but they're not really paying attention to the development that XRP is doing. They're
Right.
just continuing along their merry way, as Jeremy put it. So
how can people get involved with that project? Like, who can they follow on Twitter? What do they do to get involved with the Discord and so forth?
all right, they can follow Hawaiian Ape on Twitter. He's kind of their main spokesman for the project. Their Discord, they have Discord, they have Twitter. Their Bored Apes XRP Club. And also tomorrow, for those of you that watch or are interested in watching on our Good Morning Crypto show, we will have Ian. He is Hawaiian Ape. We will have him on tomorrow.
Hey,
as well.
Jackie, I run this as a podcast also to test how the audio comes and how I can mess with it. So what date is tomorrow? So when people are listening to this, they can go back and watch that episode. And I'm asking you because I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, okay. No, I just had to pull it up too. No, tomorrow is March 25th. Yes, March 25th. It will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Daylight Savings.
Perfect. So we'll have a Hawaiian Ape on it. So what's funny about that is, I just want to mention that, I wish he was on here. It's so funny. He is fantastic at hosting these, like phenomenal at hosting these, which is completely different than the interaction that I originally had with him when Jackie introduced him to me and Coach JV. And this could have been just because of, Coach JV is essentially, for lack of a better word, a celebrity, right? And so I think that maybe there was some shyness, but man, when he gets on Twitter Spaces, he is so freaking good. It's crazy how much difference there was than when we did our Zoom call together. But I love listening to him talk. I love doing Twitter Spaces with him. I had a blast when we did one last week.
Yeah, he's awesome. Definitely a big personality.
And so if someone wants to get involved with their Discord, what do they do? Just reach out to him, or what should they do?
They can
Jackie?
reach out to him.
Okay.
They can reach out to him. They have a link tree on through Twitter and things like that. But also, you can reach their pages through our space, the Academy, or even just connecting with him through Twitter.
Nice. Perfect. Thank you, Jackie. All right, we're going to go over to Tones. I know Tones wanted to speak, and he's going to tell us about something NFT or game related.
Chickens, maybe?
Is he going to talk about chickens?
Chickens,
I can
flying
talk about
horses,
chickens.
flying horses, crabs. What are we talking about?
Yeah, crabs. We got crabs.
We don't.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
All right. So what I'm going to be talking about is some of these top upcoming games on my list over here. And they're more or less like battle royale games. So first up, we got Farcana. And that's basically a play-to-earn gaming metaverse. It's a battle royale where you can win real Bitcoin prizes. Then we got Nyan Heroes, which is on the Solana network. And it is basically you buy these cat NFTs, you stake them, and you earn catnip. And with this catnip, it's basically in-game currency, and you can use it for different things. I'm not exactly sure what, but it's used in-game. And you can, with that NFT, it gives you an in-game playable character, and it is a battle royale. And they showed off like a leak of the gameplay, and so far it looks amazing. Now, this next one, number 3, is Grit, and this is a game that is coming to Gala nodes. So if it is voted upon and it is voted yes, it'll come into the Gala ecosystem, and people will be able to buy different NFTs. We're not sure what yet, but it is another type of battle royale game, and it's a Wild West battle royale game. So it's something very, very different.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it will be. I'm actually very excited for that. And the next one by Gala, which is The Last Expedition, which is looking like another battle royale type game, which is looking really cool. So Gala is bringing the heat, as you guys can see. And I'm really excited for Gala and everything they have. Now, the next game, the 5th game, is The Harvest. And this is kind of like Apex Legends, as in you have different character classes, and you can actually level up these character classes and they'll gain value. So what I mean by that is when you level up these characters, they actually gain additional attack and defense or health, and they have different cards that you can select. And then as they level up, they keep that data. So when you go to sell it, you can sell it for extra value because you put in the time and work into it. So then if you wanted to, you can go restart and buy a lower leveled NFT and regrind and then sell and make more money. Now, the last game on my list over here is Katana Inu, which is a more melee style battle royale game that I'm looking into, and it looks really, really cool. Now, none of these games have come out yet, but they all look really interesting, and I recommend checking out the trailers for all of them.
Nice. Thank you so much, Tones. Definitely make sure that you check out the trailers. I will do my best when I'm going through and re-editing this in the digital audio workstation I use. It's Cubase. Or Tones, if you can send me all of those links to those games, I'll throw those links down in the episode description, and then you can go ahead and I can go ahead and put them in the episode description so you guys can go link over to them. Johnny, did you have your hand up like you wanted to say something, or were you just giving me a high five?
No, well, both actually. High five for certain,
sweet. High five,
and then thank you. And then secondly, I've been inviting some people. It looks like we got some people coming in. So if anybody's has any questions, it'd be great to hear from them.
Yeah, so I was just going to open it up right now. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and raise your hand. I'll give you the ability to speak, or Johnny Crypto will, and we can take your questions on anything.
Yeah, I think anything is a subject now. I like that.
Anything, we don't know what we were talking about in this Twitter space because it was designed to test some audio for some other stuff. So kind of just going balls to the wall. All right, let's go over to Mario. The Node Defender has his hand up.
Yeah, so my wife just said that unless I'm planning on sleeping with Twitter, I should probably wrap this up.
I know. I like when I was like, this isn't that important. And Johnny was like, let's do it at 7 p.m. when you get home. And I'm like, okay, but isn't that like 10 o'clock your time? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's 10 o'clock. This is morning time for me at 10 p.m.
Yeah, I know. I tried to explain to someone how you sleep today when we were at Coach JV's birthday lunch. That was fun.
There's a whole scientific study behind it.
All right, Mario. I love you. Love you, brother. Have a good night, man. Thank you so much.
Mario, remember,
Mario.
Good night, Mario.
Mario, happy life, happy wife, happy life.
That was a joke.
Okay. All right. I got real quick, I got someone who wanted to ask a question and they put their hand out. Hold on. I think it was, dang it. I missed it. All right. Well, I'm going to go. Antonio, go ahead. And what did you want to add? And then we will go over to Derek. So Antonio, go, and then I'm going to give Derek the floor.
All right. So I wanted to ask, are we doing chickens next week?
Yeah, we're going to do Twitch next week. I got Twitch all set up over the weekend. Josh is making me some like a whole setup for like the layout, like the, what's it called? Yeah, the overlay. And I told him it's not super important, but he's like, yeah, I'll get you all the overlay done. So I'm ready to do it. I have it tested. I tested it yesterday. I have OBS all set up so then we can jump on. I tested it the other night and did a live. It was horrible. Or streamed, I guess, on Twitch. I didn't know what the hell I was doing because the OBS like controls the entire thing. I don't know if you've used it, but I didn't realize that OBS like connected to the Twitch and ran the entire thing. So it was really funny. But yeah, we'll do it. We'll set it up for next week. And then I'd like to get on a cadence of doing the Twitch like every other week or maybe every 3 weeks.
Awesome. All right.
So cool. All right. So Derek, where'd you go? Derek, did you leave? He'll come back.
And he's gone.
Hold on, he left again. Hold on, I'll give him some time. I want to make sure we get his question. Joey, do you have a question? Chris, Barbell, Tim, listener 1630951, which might be me on my desktop while we're trying to figure this out. Oh man, Derek left. I don't know if he's going to come back in. Do we know Derek? I feel like we know a lot of people and I don't know who they are.
I don't know. It says he follows me, but I did put a tweet out to let everybody know we're doing this. So I don't know.
Anybody see the XRP game, Equilibrium Games over here? It's VR. It looks pretty sick.
That's awesome.
You should bring that up tomorrow on the show.
See, all I've been playing.
Oh shit! Tomorrow's Friday. I just realized that.
As long as you guys give him time to talk about NFTs, then he will bring it up.
All right, guys. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you so much for listening to us banter and trying to figure out this audio. Again, I'm going to turn this into a podcast. You can check it out. You can check it out on the Age of Jeremy podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure that you follow Good Morning Crypto here on Twitter. Make sure that you follow Good Morning Crypto on our YouTube channel. You can also get it if you don't want to listen to YouTube or you don't pay for YouTube and you want to just listen to it. It's available on iHeartRadio. It's available on Apple Podcasts. Is available on Spotify, anywhere that you can get your podcast, you can check it out. It's all linked up to another business I own called Age of Radio. Hopefully you'll be seeing a bunch of ads for it here on Twitter because we're really focused on the show. It's going great. We're really happy about it. Make sure that you follow the Node Defender on Twitter. Make sure that you follow Johnny Crypto on Twitter. Node Defender is also on Instagram. Abs, I did find your TikTok. I saw some pictures with you with your shirt off. So if you want to see
welcome, Jeremy.
Pictures of Abs with his shirt off.
I'm rocking like Tim.
Yeah, thanks,
I'm
buddy.
just like Tim in this chat, man. No shirts are necessary.
Right. You can also, Jackie doesn't have any social media or pictures of her. She's non-existent. Tones, where are you at? You're on Twitter, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram. Make sure that you follow us on Twitch too at Age of Jeremy because we'll be doing some Twitches to show you these actual live games. And with that, if no one has anything, we will go ahead and end it.
Yeah, I'm basically on everything but Facebook, so you pretty much got that correct.
Yeah. That's because Facebook's for
boomers,
for millennials, right? Boomers. That's what it's for.
Easier. What the hell's wrong with Facebook? You know what's funny? When all you guys turn about 45, you're all like, oh shit, all my friends are on Facebook. Now I'm on Facebook. It's only
I ain't 45 yet. I still got another 21 years till I turn 45.
You got time, Tones. I'm getting up there though. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. I love you all, and we will talk to you later.
Love you guys.
All right, let's do it again. Love you guys, and remember, like we always say, Warriors, rah!
Get your shit together, baby. Thank you for joining us today.
Let's go. We need that outro music.
All right. Well, I hope you got through that and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it was kind of a test episode to see how we could get some of the Twitter Space stuff in here because I am building a really great strategy around YouTube and Twitter Spaces because I'm really focusing on building my personal brand and then utilizing that to feed, sales into my companies, right? Not only that, I just like sharing knowledge. I like sharing all the stuff that I learn about. And so I will be starting a YouTube channel. You can go and subscribe to the Age of Jeremy YouTube channel. There's no content yet. We're trying to get some stuff in. We're going to get a Twitch channel going here soon. And then we're going to start getting on cadence with all of this. One of the biggest problems that I see with content creators, and I hope not to fall into this trap, is try to do everything all at once and do too much all at once and never get good rhythm going in it. Again, the goal is to progress slowly. I would say that some of the best business advice that I've ever received or thought of is the Sony company. They had 100-year plan. So if you plan your business for 100 years, then it doesn't really matter how much you make in the short term, because you just continually work towards that 100-year plan. And so that's kind of how I'm going about my content creation, because it's all over the place and I don't want a niche. I mentioned that in a podcast I did a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want a niche. I want to just be me, and I want to talk about the things that I want to talk about. And this is the stuff that I like to talk about. And I want to have my friends be a part of it. I want to have Coach JV be a part of it. And I want all these great people to be a part of it, and hopefully meet new people and have them be a part of our content creation community. And that's what I plan to do. And hopefully one day we'll give it a cool name like Clout Gang. I don't remember who Clout Gang was, but I think that that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing. Anyway, make sure that you get your 2022 Freedom Conference ticket if you haven't gotten it yet. We would love to see you there. I'll be there. Coach JV will be there. All of these amazing people will be there, except for Andrew Cashflow, I think. But Andrew Cashflow wasn't on this podcast, so I don't know why I mentioned it. And then if you want to be on the podcast, just hit me up, and I'd love to hear your story. And then also, if you need help with podcast and how to get set up, just reach out to me, and I don't have a problem helping you. Podcasts are a lot easier than you think. It's getting the sound and the mixing board and all that stuff if you really want to go pro. And again, this isn't super pro because I'm just doing this in my home office, and there is there's actually no sound. We have no acoustic setup in here. And so I do a lot of this stuff with plugins, which I can, reach out to me and I can, help you with too, or email me or whatever. Email's in the episode description. And again, I was just having fun with this. Hope you enjoyed it. And as we always say, be thankful, be grateful, and be kind. We will see you next time. Thank you for listening to The Age of Jeremy. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcatcher. If you can do me a favor, please rate this podcast if your podcatcher allows you to. Talk to you soon.
Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock or Schwarzenegger.
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2.
Available wherever you find podcasts
and on Age of Radio.